Wouldn't it be fascinating to blend a cappella with shamisen? And even better, with stylized visuals.
Not a good idea.
So, back to the point. This music video began with a crane and an ape. The workflow began with Suno. After generating the music, I used its editing tools to adjust each section and refine the sound. For visuals, I used Flux. However, when turning images into video, it was hard to keep the ink style consistent.
Face it, that's just the way things are.
Human characters would gradually shift toward a more realistic look. So I went with animal characters, though some adjustments were still needed. No need to start from scratch. Image editing tools could handle the revisions. I applied a slight geometric treatment to the images, hoping that making the shapes more blocky would help keep the characters consistent. The results? A slight improvement in temporal drift, but generating quality videos was still challenging. Each video model has its strengths, so different scenes needed different approaches. For the ape's delicate shamisen playing, Veo worked best. Its motion and physics were spot on, but stylized characters sometimes drift.
That's not me.
To keep the ape visually consistent, it stayed seated with minimal movement. Reducing motion helps, but the visuals can't stay entirely static. The crane was especially tricky. It needed plenty of action, but the character couldn't fall apart visually. Sora worked well here. It produced story-driven visuals with really fluid motion. Sometimes the crane would stretch or bend in exaggerated ways, which actually fits classic animation principles like squash and stretch. The still ape and the frantic crane created a striking contrast. That push and pull between calm and chaos made the story work. For the plant transformations, Kling's first frame to last frame feature was used. The ink blending looked natural and the details were rich. Finally, it was time for editing and compositing. Cuts were carefully synced to rhythm and narrative beats, making the visuals respond to the music. After Effects was used to adjust timing, remove problematic frames, and fix artifacts to polish the visuals. The whole process involved trial and error. Surprises popped up along the way, sometimes exciting, sometimes unsettling. The direction wasn't always clear, but staying flexible and experimental helped the project gradually come together.
Wait, that's it? Where is my berry?
Face it, that's just the way things are.